would you do if you were in prison in a futuristic chamber with no way out? What if you were the reason why you can't escape? There is where we find Mark, completely up against the ropes. He is a repressed man who convinces himself to be happy, but instead is wasting his life with a meaningless job, a possessive girlfriend who doesn't really understand him, and relying too much on his overprotective family. Is that his final conviction? No. It is a breakout. Mark is not ready to decay in a cage. He attempts to free himself from wines, tying him up to the wall, while an overpresent artificial voice is driving him insane. But his worst enemy flows in his veins. You will see an evanescent femme fatale try to seduce him, and Mark's body ages drastically as time freezes. A metamorphosis that will lead him from a pure blindness to a blinding truth. Happiness is far beyond a living death. In my stability, we are going to witness it, imbuing our worlds with full film, risk, and chance to grapple with what we are all fated to, being real.
I always say that if you don't know what it is, a sore can be very beautiful. But as soon as you name it, it stops being beautiful to most people.
A sore, like something that...
A sore in the skin, an infection, a deep cut with pus and discoloration. But if you took a picture of it, a close-up, and you didn't know exactly what it was, it could be a great beauty of organic phenomenon. Painting led to wanting to do a moving painting with sound. So cinema to me is sound and picture moving together in time. Cinema has led me to still photography, to a deeper love of sound, and you could say soundscapes, and then music. And I love experimenting with sound. The music came much later.
Would sit right over here, right to the right of me, and we would put a little cassette just about over here on this keyboard, just keep it in record and just keep it playing. David would sit here, and I'd say, well, what do you see, David? What is, just talk to me. And David would say, okay, Angelo, we're in a dark woods now, and there's a soft wind blowing through some sycamore trees, and there's a moon out, and there's some animal sounds in the background, and you can hear the hoot of an owl, and you're in the dark woods, you know, just get me into that beautiful darkness with the soft wind. And I started playing. And David would say, Angelo, that's great. I love that. That's a good mood, but can you play it slower? And I'd say, well, slower, David? Okay. And I'd go. He says, that's it. That's a good tempo. Just keep it going slow like that. Just keep that going for a while. And in David's mind, you can just see that he was visualizing the description that he envisioned.
You should write it down right away. Especially if it's one that you're falling in love with. You think you might never forget it. But if you do forget an idea, it's a torment, and it's almost drive you to suicide.